Guys, mwageni mate kabisa, mwageni na waona. Anyways, saseni na karibuni sana kwenye chaneli yangu. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. So today we are going to make some crispy on the outside and soft inside type of donuts, and our ingredients will be 2 eggs, milk and butter, yeast, sugar, flour mixed with some lemon zest and cinnamon, or you can just use it plainly, it's optional. So we'll start by mixing the salt and sugar together with the flour. Then we'll beat up our eggs and add in our milk and butter slowly. As you can see. And then after you completely mix everything up, you can now add in the yeast. Nothing really hard, anyone can do this actually. And now we are going to add in our wet ingredients to our dry ingredients. And funny thing is that I usually make a hole first in the middle. I don't know if it's a thing or it's just my thing, but I usually make a hole first and then I add in everything. It just makes everything easier. Na hapa tutatumia mwiko. Anyway, I'm just kidding guys. Just do anything so that your dough can mix together. I know most of you will probably want to add in some flour at this point, but I'd advise you not to, because we need the dough at this consistency so that the result can be crispy and soft inside. Trust me. That's why you need your work area to be pre-oiled so that you can reduce the stickiness. Wase hapo unahitaji nguvu ili unakula ugali kwanza and then you go and start kneading, because we're going to do this for about 10 minutes so that we can reach the right consistency na ndo gluten iwe activated. Wase mnaona venye konga ketu kamecooperate at this point, It needs patience. Here we are just molding our dough into a ball-like shape, after which you're going to place it on a bowl and let it proof overnight or 12 hours. Or if you don't have that much time, you can just let it proof for 20 minutes. I let it rest in the fridge overnight and it doubled in size. Now since our dough kind of accumulated a lot of air as it doubled in size overnight, we're gonna try and give it a little bit of a punch and a pat to let some of that air out. For the next step, all I did was sprinkle some flour on top of my work surface so that my dough doesn't stick, and then I rolled my dough out flat like a sheet, and then I used a wide cup to cut the outer part of the donut, and then I used a bottle top to make the whole of the donut. Guys, if you have a donut cutter, you can just make your work easier, and then just improvise if you don't have it. And I know y'all are probably asking yourselves, what sort of shapes did she just make? But let me tell you, when we fry these babies up, they're gonna come out defined and they'll be rounder. Just wait and see. Since we're also going to need some glaze for our donuts, for the first glaze I used melted jam and icing sugar. We keep on mixing until we get that thick consistency. Also, I forgot to mention that I was placing the raw donuts on already cut pieces of parchment paper so that they wouldn't be distorted as I placed them on the hot oil. Plus, I let the raw donuts to rest, or rather proof, for about 10 minutes before I fried them. And by the way, I used a little piece of the dough so that I could test the oil temperatures. My people, can you see that golden color? Yes, that's what we're looking for. We'll just keep on flipping until we're satisfied with the results. The first ones don't really come out perfect, but they get better as we continue frying. If you remember, we already made a glaze, and that's what I used to coat the first donut before it cooled down. For the chocolate lovers, I used some chocolate powder, icing sugar and milk. And then if you'd really like the real chocolatey taste, you can just melt the real dark chocolate and then you coat your donuts with it. For the vanilla lovers like me, we're going to use vanilla essence, icing sugar and milk. For the last glaze, all I used was some healthy yellow food color, milk icing sugar. For those who feel like food coloring is not your cup of tea or you're hesitant about it, you can just use some mango puree and it will give you the result that you want. That's the yellow color. Finally, we are done. Can you see that pop of color? That red, that yellow, that chocolate in the middle, that white. They just look appetizing. For those who are not into all that sugary stuff, these donuts just look good as they are. And we are done. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more of such videos.
Bye, have a great time.